What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I hope you're all having yourselves a great end to your week. The weekend is here. It's Friday, and tonight will be Fan Friday, taking all of your questions. But I know one of those questions is going to be about DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm here now. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, whether you're watching this live, watching this later. Wanted to give you some information in case you've missed any of these shows I've been putting out all off season, in case you've missed what cap space the Eagles have, what their wide receivers look like, what DeAndre Hopkins has going on. So all of those things we've talked about the last few months, I'm going to break them down again one last time. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. And yes, DeAndre Hopkins is here live with us now. But Jock Talk, my man Justin, hope you guys are doing well. Appreciate you taking the time this afternoon. But let's break this bad boy down. Let's talk about DeAndre. Now, last night we talked about Julio Jones. Talked about the fact that the Eagles have one of the best wide receiver duos in the game. But beyond that, is Quez Watkins going to step it up? Olamide Zaccheaus was brought in. We brought in some undrafted kids and Joseph Nada. You also had Jaden Hazelwood. Then we had the rookie camp tryout, Charleston Rambo. A couple of those guys familiar with Jalen Hurts. You got Tyree Cleveland here, Greg Ward, Britton Covey. So Devin Allen's here. Everybody is here to compete. But you could make that room better, right? And we talked about Julio Jones last night. You know, maybe a veteran. He took a one-year deal, $6 million, right, last year. DeAndre Hopkins, on the other hand, I don't feel that he is in the same boat. So he was just released by the Cardinals. Now the question is, what's going on there? Well, let me tell you. So we had this graphic from a couple months ago when we talked about DeAndre Hopkins and his contract. So, he's about to be 31 in a few days here. He's actually only 30 right now, but $29.9 million cap hit. That's pretty massive. Now we talked about what they could do and, to save money, do this, that, the other thing. Well, they could have released him with a post-June 1st designation and spread out that dead money. And, we talk about, how that can help teams, trying to do this, that, the other thing. It does not look like they are going to be competing this season. They know they're going to suck. That's why they hired Jonathan Gannon. And you can see here, they cut him, and it is not a post-June 1st designation. So they have $21 million in dead money this season. So, now you can do whatever you feel there with that money, but you're going to save $8.9 million this year. So they save a little bit, but taking on 20 dead mil. So really only freeing up almost 10 mil there, but you still got a big chunk being taken out. Now, you saw with the Eagles doing that to Carson Wentz. Sometimes, look, a team's just ready to move on. The player wants to move on, whatever the situation is. They didn't feel like spreading out that dead money. They just want to wipe their hands clean, deal with it this year, then next year, move on. So, look, we knew everybody has been talking about this for a very long time. You guys have asked me about DeAndre Hopkins for months now. So we talked about this. We knew this move was going to come, but the question has always been, would the Eagles be interested? So that's what I'm going to try to help you answer here today. So a lot of teams, pretty much every team should be interested in DeAndre Hopkins, right? So I think that, yeah, exactly. It's a dream, right? The guy is fantastic. The question just becomes, what is he looking for? Would he fit in here? And all that stuff that we're going to go over here. So appreciate you calling. And look, I appreciate that. You guys come up with some of the most hilarious effing nicknames I have ever seen, but you guys are awesome. Really I can't thank you enough. I appreciate all of you, all the kind words, tuning in, doing my best to get all this information that would help you understand all this stuff. And we're going to change the game, whether they like it or not. We're going to get people understanding the money, how things actually work before we just do this every all season where we're signing everyone and trading everyone. Let's break it down, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, my man, appreciate you. My dude, Drew, let's go. We got a party up in the air, and that's what I like to hear. Getting this Friday started, right? Hope to see you all tonight. If you are a member, get those questions in. We'll be breaking it all down tonight, taking every question you guys have. And I've got a bunch of stuff to do. You know me, the lawnmower man. I'll be out there. I got to do a late one tonight, so that sucks. Hopefully the sun's not too. It's like low 90s, I think, or 70s, so shouldn't be that bad. But y'all, appreciate you, dude. But I hope to see you guys tonight. I'll be breaking all that stuff down. But I like the other one you guys call. I forget who the hell was it. Jimmy No Cap. That is hilarious. Whoever made that one up, you guys, you deserve awards for these nicknames. Maybe I'll have to make a show with my favorite of these, but make the offense unreal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so with Tyreek Hill and all those things. And we've talked about this every offseason when these things get brought up. Is it a reality? Obviously adding an all-pro player to the roster will make you better. The question is, do you have the money? Do you have the means? Is this what direction you're trying to take with the team? Now, the Cardinals, clearly, they are in a rebuilding mode. So they are ready to wipe their hands clean. Now, the Eagles, we are in contender mode. Now, that doesn't mean win now mode. I think we are truly building a dynasty here, and I'll say it over and over again. But I think that, you have to have the right balance of veteran players, and you have to have young guys. Now, DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know what he's looking for. If he's looking for a one-year deal, that really isn't going to help the Eagles. And what the hell is he going to be looking for? He's not taking a one-year, $6 million deal like Julio. This dude at least has got to take like 12, 13 mil. I mean, even that is saying something, because I still think he's one of the best wide receivers in the game. So I don't think he could take that low of money. I mean, you got to at least be giving him, 15, 18? You're looking at guys like Tyreek Hill making 30 mil per year, A.J. Brown making 25 per year. So telling this guy, I know that he's about to be 31 here, but I mean, telling him to take a massive cut, the only thing you're going to be able to do that with is with a contending roster. So we have that. So maybe you could convince him, but man, this dude is still one of the best in the league. 6'1", 212. This will be his 11th season. He will turn 31. I think it was June 6th. Out of Clemson, picked 27 in 2013. We remember him for the Texans there a while, and then the last few years here with Arizona. And I didn't think, obviously they did very well with him. Kyler Murray, obviously having his struggles with injuries and everything else. And DeAndre had his injuries as well. So, last season, he started all 9 of the games he played, only had 64 catches for 717 yards and 3 touchdowns there. Now, 7 catches per game. He did have 5 drops, though, and only 2.6 yards per after catch per reception, and only 1 broken tackle. So maybe that age is kind of getting up there, and his quarterback rating when thrown to 86.2. That's probably one of the lowest in his career. So look, things just weren't going well there. I think a change of scenery would be great for him. I think the dude has so much left in the tank. And look, if you don't know DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, he has started every game he has played, 145 of them, over 1,300 yards, 853 catches, 71 touchdowns, 11,000 yards, 1,300 targets. But you see, man, this dude, one of the best. And one of the most fun to watch. This dude goes up and gets it. Now, I couldn't get the drops tallied for all 10 of his years and all that other stuff, so you got some random stuff thrown in there at the end. But this dude in his career, one of the most fun times I've ever had was watching this dude. And I really think that I've been blessed to see a lot of these guys live. And, DeAndre had him. I mean, if you're playing Madden, you put that with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, holy shit. And another interchangeable wide receiver that can line up inside, outside. You move them all around. You really hurt a defense. And when you've got 3 studs, you could destroy the world. So the question becomes, is he willing to take a pay cut? And also, do the Eagles even have money if he's willing to do that? So, I've been keeping you up to date, but in case you missed any of this stuff, these are the notable. This is not all 51 of the players that are counting against the cap. These are just the guys that were re-signed, restructured, extended, or signed this offseason. So I added them as they happened. You could see all of the notable cap hits, the rookies in the green there. But this is the current cap space that the Eagles have, $13,454,764. So whoever's telling you with the Hurts extension, the draft picks, we weren't going to have money, we do. It's $13.45 million, and you could do a lot of things with that. Now, if DeAndre Hopkins, you really want to, keep it real, you give him a few-year contract, give him massive signing bonus, spread out that money. Now, if you're doing that, I mean, that's kind of wild, because Devontae Smith needs to be signed after this season. He can get his contract extension, and I think that we will do that. Obviously, 5th-year option there, all those things, whatever you want to do with Devontae Smith. I think that the dude is clearly one of the best wide receivers. So you've got a younger guy that I think you need to focus that money on. That's next season. Now, with it being next season, you're hearing, oh, well, they don't have money next year then because, well, they do this year. Well, that's not correct either. So that money will go up. And I've heard it could be almost $30 million that cap number goes up next year. So that would be $57 million. Now, all those numbers are going to move around. Things are going to happen, all that great stuff. But right now, you see the next few years, we've got money. So if you wanted to give him a few-year contract, add some dummy years into that and essentially give him a 1-year deal that looks like a 3-year deal, give him those dummy years on that. You want to make a run, baby? I'm not against it, man. You've got the money. You've got $13.45 million. Now, going through the season, maybe you want to hang on to around $5 million, maybe, a little more just in case something happens, or you want to roll that money over next year that you don't spend. Okay. Now that 13.45 will change because it's only the top 51 in the offseason. Once week 1 begins, everybody on the practice squad, the 53 players on the roster, anybody who's on IR, all that stuff will count against that salary cap. So you got to keep all these things in mind. So with that 13.45, how can you get DeAndre Hopkins? Now, again, you would have to try to talk him into taking a little bit of a cut. But at the same time, you wouldn't have to give him too much of a cut if you just give him a lot of guaranteed money and then spread out that stuff. Now, the thing is, you saw he played 9 games last season. So are you willing for a guy that's turning 31 to give up money now? And again, this is with this year. Sure, we always want to be looking into the future, but we also got a Super Bowl right in front of us, man. I think that this roster is capable of taking us right back. So for me, let's take a look at this wide receiver room. Questions all over the place when it goes to behind AJ and Devontae. So who's going to be number 3? Quez, Olamide, they both can share the duties. That's great. Hopefully they both step it up. I really like that. And if Quez goes back to what he was the year before, let's effing go. But then the younger guys, who wants to be number 5 or 6? Is someone going to bring some return capability? We talked about that yesterday. Julio didn't bring that. DeAndre Hopkins does not bring that. So you can see here, you got guys like Rambo and Nada who have some return capability. Britton Covey and Greg Ward as well. Tyree Cleveland. Now, Hazelwood and Allen don't have return capability, but they will be vying for it. You add someone like a DeAndre Hopkins, and it just obviously the question is who is 4 and 5, and well, that would be Quez and Olamide. Now, Olamide, maybe you try him out a little bit as a return man as well, but Quez tried that last year. You got to do what you got to do there. So you don't necessarily have to add someone. I just feel that if there were a weakness, kick returner is that. We've got a punt returner in Covey. If he loses that job, okay. But I think for me, my God, if you add DeAndre Hopkins here in this depth chart with Brown, Smith, Hopkins, dude, that's an unstoppable offense. So as much as I want to sit here and talk about the business side or looking into the future, I'm not against it, man. And if you were to add DeAndre Hopkins, I'll go running through these effing streets right now. I will lose my effing mind. So it's a possibility, but also keep in mind at the same time, everything that I just mentioned there about all those receivers, the money, the future, Devontae Smith being up for a contract next year, keep all that stuff in mind, man. So if he doesn't come here, do not get upset about it, So we can get excited about it. We can dream, right? As my man, who was it earlier? Unspoken, I think, said, hey, look, let's go. Let's dream. Jock Talk. We're all dreaming here. Let's effing go. But I'm with you on this. Jimmy Money Smith. I like it. I like it indeed. That's another one I always appreciate. But you guys, you're truly awesome. But let's hear it. What do you guys think? Would you add him? What are you willing to pay? Let me hear those damn thoughts, baby. No chance we get him, though. Be the guy or 2 guys. Well, with Howie Roseman, I've learned to say never. Say never. But for me, I'm more on the side that it doesn't happen. But I'm perfectly fine if it does. So I'm here just to show you how it can. And it can. It's just a matter of, does he want to win a Super Bowl or does he want to go get that money before his career is over? He's been playing 10 years now. Maybe he wants to come get that ring. So, look, has to pay him $22 million. That is correct. So we don't have to worry about that, man. We're not trading for him. Arizona, they cut him. We don't have to deal with that contract at all. That dead money, that's their problem. We can give him whatever contract we want. This is clean slate. Don't have to trade for anything. And that's what we talked about a couple months ago. If they don't trade him, I think, when he gets released, that's a different story. I'm not trading for him, moving all that money around, hoping they take the dead money, this, that, the other thing. Didn't give up anything. So Well, hopefully one day the GM, but I'd like to just be assistant to the GM for now. Working my way up. My man Twisted, appreciate you tuning in, my dude. Let's go. It's correct. Arizona still has to pay him $22 million. So, yeah, like I was just saying there. Sorry, man. They pay that money, but that has nothing to do with us. He was released. So that contract, if you sign him, that has nothing to do with the Eagles. How he must get him? No, I don't think he must. We're doing just fine. But if he does, I'm not against it. But yeah, exactly. You add him. Holy shit. Jalen Hurts. Woo, people are going to have to create as many narratives and things they can to get through the nights because that dude's winning MVP. He's going to show the arm strength, the development. They all said that couldn't happen and he didn't have. Well, that would just be, oh my God, they'd be tossing and turning, punching air every single night of their lives. And I would enjoy every second of that. But I think that could happen without DeAndre Hopkins. It's just you add someone like that. Holy shit. What happened to the Green Star? I don't know, man. That's the membership. So if you are not signed up for the membership, it doesn't give you that. And for some reason, some of you guys have asked me why it doesn't just redo it. For some of you, it re-signs you right up. Others, I don't know. I'm assuming there is a button to click for it to each month re-sign you back up. I apologize. I don't know why it's not doing it for some of you guys, but I'll definitely go check that out and look it up for you. But Jock Talk, I appreciate that, man. And appreciate any of you guys that sign up for those memberships doing this. All for you, but you do not have to pay me anything. You don't have to do anything like that. You guys tipping and joining membership, that means the effing world to me. That helps this baby grow. That helps me make this a better show for you. But look, man, just you being here, sharing this stuff, commenting, all that, I appreciate more than anything, dude. So try to figure that, help you figure it out after this show, man. Just remind me. DeAndre steps on the Bills. Yeah, man, he's one of the best receivers I've ever watched in my life, dude. He is awesome. Yeah, man, we're already on the map. We're already going to win the Super Bowl. But if you add DeAndre Hopkins, then I'm just going to feel way more confident in my Super Bowl prediction. So McAfee talking about his freakishly big hands. Yeah, man, that dude's, I mean, I talked about watching him, dude. Watching him catch, like it just seems like he can catch with one finger when he goes up and gets it. Like the dude's unreal. He's clearly one of the best receivers I've ever seen in my life. And he will go down as one of my favorites to ever watch. So do not misconstrue what I'm saying here. This dude is effing amazing. You heard him say the other day, he did not want to play with Dak Prescott. He would love to play for a top tier quarterback instead. Mentioned Jalen Hurts as one of those guys. So I know somebody said they feared going to the Cowboys. Hey, maybe he does, but luckily he said, he doesn't want to go there. He's looking for a contender to play for. So luckily that takes the Cowboys out of the equation. So we need to just hope that if he doesn't come here, it's not one of our biggest rivals, and just go to the AFC, dude. Stay away. But beautiful mind, only with schizophrenia total straight up. Who is it? Tyree or somebody? He calls me Rain Man. Oh, and the schizophrenia is off the charts. My bipolarness, I am purely insane. Each and every one of you know that, but I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in and dealing with that crazy because, well, that crazy, I think, really, truly came from being an Eagles fan my entire life. So thanks, Eagles. I always blame my cirrhosis of the liver on them. Like, you want to know why I drank so much? You want to know why? So, I mean, but hilarious. Yes, he was. And look, we talked about last year with the issues. Kyler Murray was also injured. So you got to take all that stuff with a grain of salt. But I still think he's one of the best receivers. That's why, for me, I don't think that he is going to take too much of a pay cut. But would punch the Pope to get you out. It would be awesome. It would. Do not misconstrue anything I'm saying. I'd love to have him. But I'm trying not to get myself like overhyped here because I've talked about this for months. This is going to happen. He will not be a Cardinal. Probably going to get released if they can't find the right trade. Here it is. So I'm just, how we can do anything. So, jot that down. Through Howie, anything is possible. And I think that, man, and yeah, we're about to eliminate the kickoffs. So maybe don't need a kick returner too much, but you can move all three of them. That's what we talked about there. Interchangeable. So, yeah, man, DeAndre Hopkins can play the slot. So can A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. He'll be a good fit with the Bills. Yeah, man, there's the Chiefs, I'm sure, would love to have him. The Titans, after getting rid of their receiver, I'm sure would love to have him. The Niners, I'm sure there's a lot of teams that could make a claim for him. So, hey, we'll see. And I'm glad you enjoyed the hard work. Appreciate all of you tuning in here. My man Hulk, let's go. Yeah, and exactly. So if he takes a team-friendly deal, maybe he comes here. I will lose my effing mind, but we would destroy. I already think we're winning the Super Bowl. You guys have heard me. I think we're building the dynasty. You sign him. Sure, it doesn't help the young guys develop much, but it helps you win a Super Bowl. So what is going on, my man, Randy? Hope you're doing well. And just thinking about it. My God, could you imagine DeAndre Hopkins in this offense? But for me, you've got Dallas Goedert. You've got AJ and Devontae, obviously, as your top weapons. But beyond that, if Quez steps up, Olamide, I'm still very, very comfortable with what we've got here. You brought in Dan Arnold to compete with Calcaterra, Stoll. So going to see 12, 13 personnel a lot. I think that it's not a necessary evil. Like, we're talking about how the Eagles need to add DeAndre Hopkins, and we've already got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Like, that's how spoiled this fan base has become now, and I'm all about it. Thank you, Howie, for spoiling us like little gentle children. So, look, man, I think it would be fantastic. He would have to be willing, and I think maybe he would. He said he wanted to play with Jalen Hurts. This dude knows what we've got brewing over here. Why not? You saw what Julio did. Now, Julio a couple years older, but took a 1-year, $6 million deal last year, only had like a $3 million cap hit. If he does something like that with only a few million more dollars in each category, how do you not do that? You look at it and it's like, look what the Buccaneers did. They gave him Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Julio Jones. Still wasn't able to get the job done. But you look at what we have here. Yeah, I like it, but adding DeAndre, oh my God, I would be quite ecstatic. But we are all crazy together, and we will be so, my man. Now, some of us take it to further extremes, but that's what I'm here for, man, just to gift you guys that insanity that I know you all love. But look, man, you guys have been here through all the craziness I've been through with, almost dying a few years ago and building this thing up. But it's all because of you guys, that craziness. When I'm feeling crazy, when I'm feeling down, coming here, talking some birds. That's what helps me get through this, man. And when I say that stuff at the end of the video, I truly mean it. You guys ever need a friend? You want to just talk about life? It doesn't have to be about football, man. Reach out. Or if maybe you want to talk about football and you're hoping that maybe that leads to opening something up, because for me, talking about the Eagles helps me open up and talk about things with others. I'm a sicko, man. I don't open up very well, but once I start talking about the Eagles, I feel a little more comfortable. So, look, I'm no preacher. I'm no counselor. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I am here as a friend to try to help you through my experiences. So, look, I'm crazy, but I'm just trying to be crazy with you guys, and I love you all. Cannot thank you enough. Gonna need a big old dabber after that one, man. I would probably jump through the effing wall. I'll be real with you. But, dude, exactly. That's my thought process. If he comes, I'll be ecstatic. If he doesn't, I'm still ecstatic, and I still have us winning this damn Super Bowl. So gambling on the Eagles winning against the Ravens, love it. And look, I'm going to be putting my money on the Eagles pretty much every week this year. And I do that every year because I know that, years that were good, like last year, I every game I bet on us, and it worked out pretty well, 14-3 of those. So look, man, put your money down now. The Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. We're building a dynasty. You've heard it here first, and I'm going to keep repeating it because we need others to get on board. This is going to be different. The thing that was missing last year were the fans. We didn't have fans during the offseason. Now, you guys were here, the diehards, but all these new fans now that we made the Super Bowl, or the closet fans that only come around when we're winning. You remember everybody wanted to fire Howie, trade Jalen, fire Nick Sirianni. Then we go to the Super Bowl. So imagine with the fan base excited, backing these guys up, not talking trash to our QB1 all offseason. Dude, I think if we get the good juju out there this year, we're winning that Super Bowl. That's just my thought process. And obviously my prediction comes from the football side of it. But having that good juju, that's that extra added little something that you need. But I appreciate you, my man. And look, I'm actually working on the letter still to write to Howie. I just don't know how to say it. I feel like such a weirdo, man. Like, I don't ever want to ask for something, man. But it's like, look, you can see my body of work in the 5 years. Like, if there's any other media member or content creator, and it's like, how do I not sound like an asshole? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be, but it's like, I'm sick of doing all the work for everyone and not getting, all these jobs that people are getting. It's like, bro, I got a disease. My life has been turned upside down. I had to sell our house, car, everything, man. Like, it's financially pretty rough. Like, I just want to be paid for my hard work. So it's like, how do I say, like, hey, man, I've been dusting all my competition for years. I would love to get paid for that. Now, I've applied to plenty of jobs and stuff, but you guys know I don't have that resume. I don't have the things that say, hey, like I was gifted everything in life. I don't have that. I had to work for every single thing I've ever done. I've had jobs where I actually had to work and like put my body, my life on the line. So it's like I've been a slave to society for long enough. And I think that I'm going to push forward until I work for the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's just about how I word it right, man, and getting it happening, because I just need an opportunity. I just need to show what I've got, what I can do, and I think we'll be all good. I want to be the Eagles outsider, man, like Dave Spadaro does for the, all that stuff. I want to make it 10 times more insane. I want to be on the streets. I want to be at your houses. I want to make every experience as insane as you possibly could imagine it. I want you to be so excited you're ready to run through an effing wall 5 hours before the game even effing starts. So let's effing go. That is the goal, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot do it without you. So thank you for hitting that like button, subscribing. For those of you that are retweeting this stuff on Twitter, Facebook, getting my name out there, making sure people know where all this cap information and stuff is coming from. I can't thank you enough, because you've been seeing it for years. Everybody just takes my stuff and then, oh, I know how this works. It's like, no, that's kind of shitty. But welcome to America. But curious what my favorite metal band is. Oh, sorry, I just clicked out of that. Appreciate you, my man. You are the man, Colin. Thank you for the kind words. My favorite metal band is Lamb of God. And I think it's always been that way because it was the first metal band I really, really started listening to. Now, I can't say I didn't listen to a bunch of others first, but that's when I fell in love. Like, my buddy introduced me to a kid that became my best friend because I listened to the Misfits. And so I was more into like punk rock and like the end of middle school. But then this kid introduced me to metal, and Lamb of God right off the bat. I was like, what in God's name is this? But I've been going through, like, you guys talking about metal so much to me has got me on this kick to go back. I've been listening to some insane stuff, man. Most Precious Blood as of lately. Oh my God. I would probably be able to name you different times in my life. Like Killswitch Engage at one point was one of my favorites, but then I got way more into like more metal than, and there's different genres within metal that, look, man, there's times where Terror was one of my favorites. Throwdown, 18 Visions. I think that I'm really old school, man. So, but I like old school metal too. I'm not like huge into like Metallica, anything like that. That was never my thing. Like heavy metal was my stuff though. And much respect to you, much respect to everybody else. Sorry, I'm drifting off the sea. You guys always get me drifting. You're supposed to save that for tonight. Fan Friday, damn it. But look, I hope you guys all tune in tonight. Bring these questions and I'll drift off the sea. You can always get me going in 17 different directions. But look, and I love to hear that, man. That's what I'm trying to do. If you ever have any questions, you guys feel free to ask. And always get some pretentious little turd in the comments like, everyone knows how this works. You don't know anything special. And it's like, hey, man, I'm just saying this stuff for the people that want to learn. And if so many people know about this stuff, why am I the only one that is out here explaining how it works with the correct numbers? I don't know. So before you comment how upset you are about Unspoken's comment there, just remember that I'm the only person doing it. But appreciate you, my man, and glad to hear you're learning something from this. But look, man, we're gonna make it happen. Third time's a charm. The third time I get to meet Howie, I'm going to make it count. Now, obviously, the second time I didn't meet him, but meet up with him, talk to him again. And the second time I was in shock because he was just behind me, and it was like, oh my God, why am I even at this close practice? It was all just too much. I should have came with a better game plan. This year, I will walk up to his ass, and this time it's going to be okay. What can we do? Because listening to him talk to Jason Kelsey, how he was a stalker and how okay, Howie, I heard that. So, look, man, appreciate that. I really do. High school, see, that was one I missed. I was born in 86. And see, I get all of this hate for certain coaches or players that I've never even seen because it was passed down from my grandfather, my father, and my brother. And dude, you guys know that have been lifelong fans. As Eagles fans, there have been much tougher times than what we have gone through in any of the recent history here. So I love being an Eagles fan. I'll be that way to the day I die. 37 years in, man, and wouldn't change it for the world, And there were tough times when I was a kid, and that taught me, look, we don't turn our back no matter what. And then as a teenager, I was lucky to watch McNabb and the boys and all those guys that were really good. We just never won the Super Bowl. So it was unfortunate, but I always love those teams, and I always will, support the Eagles even when they lose. And I know that's not the new age thing to do. It's always find a new team when, your team starts losing. That's never going to be me. So you guys can always be tuning in. Those of you who've been tuning in for years, I'll be putting in the work. It's win, lose, or tie, bleed green. until I die. And I will, dude. Don't worry. I've already shot my shots, but this shot I'm taking, it has to be, dude, this is the game winner here. So I'm drawing up the right play. I got to make sure this is the one because, yeah, we're going to make this happen this year. I'm telling you. And look, man, I told him about the show and I told him about getting him on. And look, he said he would come on. It's just been a matter of getting a hold of him to get him on the show. But the thing is, I don't really want him on the show. I mean, I'd love to have him on the show, but I want to work with him. So the goal was to get him on the show, talk to him after or before the show, explain things. But however it works out, man, however it works out. But hey, and look, he knows I'm a dog. He already heard from me last year when I told him we're going to the Super Bowl. I said, I believe in you. I know a lot of people are trashing you, saying to fire you. I said, but I got your back. So he's going to remember me, trust me, because the first time I was in a wheelchair, I told him I was going to get out of that wheelchair and I'd be working with him. And dude, clearly the next time I saw him, I'm there to close practice and like, what the hell is this guy doing here? I'm working my way up, baby, making the right connections. So doing all I can. So what an experience that was last year. So looking forward to hopefully more of those. The more you realize we get apparently 1-year deal. Yeah, man, it's pretty wild, right? Yeah, I mean, you could. So and I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. And you guys are awesome. But I gotta get running out here in a minute. Ready to run through the wall. Oh, love it. I've actually got about 5 minutes. So grew up on Metallica and Megadeth. Look, I do enjoy some of their music, and that was what a lot of people I was friends with in that scene like that stuff. I don't know, man. I also didn't like Michael Jordan growing up. I didn't. One of those like, everybody likes this. I liked my Sixers, man. I liked Charles Barkley. I liked Allen Iverson growing up. I don't know. So when it was Metallica, Megadeth, I always liked closer to heavy metal. I don't know what it was, but as I grew older, I found much more respect for Metallica and Megadeth. And when they come on, I'd keep them on. As when I was younger, I was like, no thanks. And it was one of those like, dude, they sold out, man. And it's like, dude, I would too if you made that much money. But make sure they're not, I try my best. I do. And they go hard on that stuff, though. But, 9 Inch Nails, I don't consider them metal, but that's one of my favorite bands of all time. Trent Reznor. Oh, yeah. Sign me right up, man. I'm one of the weirdest dudes you'll ever meet. I have grown up. I mean, dude, I'm on a rap CD. Now I was using my metal with that, but like I've rapped before, dude. I've done it all. I love music, period. Any kind of music, pretty much, but not so much country. Not a big fan. If that's your thing, hey, to each their own. Arch Enemy. Oh yeah. I'm a fan. I am. There are definitely some badass bands. What's that other one? Dude, she kind of looks like Lady Gaga, the blonde hair. In this moment, me and my girl started listening to her as of late, and damn, well, not just her, but her band as well. And man, Arch Enemy and them. Well, Arch Enemy I've been listening to since I was a kid, and I remember when someone told me it was a female, I'm like, no way. And not to knock women, because women can do anything men can do. I'm not sitting here saying that, but it was just the voice. I was like, what? So pretty impressive. What's that one song like? Where Eagles Dare or something like, no, now I'm thinking of Misfits and you guys got me all over the place. But it's something about like, go your own way. But it's about Eagles. I'm like, aha. So, love that. Rodney Pete, love it. And, look, I remember old Rod and, I remember his wife on that, show I used to watch as a kid too. So crazy times. I remember McMahon. Oh, I remember the Detmers. Oh God. But when I was growing up, it was Cunningham. Now, I don't really remember Jaws, but he was benched, and then Cunningham. What really sticks out to me is Randall Cunningham. That was my first quarterback and my first favorite player. Always go down as one of my favorites, but that favorite title is for Mr. Brian Dawkins himself. My man, Big Daddy in the house. Let's go. Appreciate you, dude. Just saw your comment right before I got on. I will be getting back to you here, but it was too nice of a comment to just quickly reply to. So really cannot thank you all enough again for all of the kind words you have been saying out here, man. You guys are awesome. Yeah, how about it? Part of the SEC. Why don't you just go ahead and add me here? But oh yeah, AI was my dude. Yo, dude, let's go. How about it, Daniel? Somebody please just punch me in the face, put me in a coma until that time. So let's go. I was purely watching TV for my music. Oh, that's what it's all about. I'm a big Dawkins nice. Look, man, I listened to like Demu Borgir, all kinds of stuff when I was a kid, man. So anything new. Ginger, I just recently heard them not long ago, probably a few months ago, and was like, what the? But yeah, some okay songs that I heard, but I can't speak too much on them because I don't know them all too well, but I definitely saw them. No Tool. Oh, look, I like Tool as well. I do not consider them metal. Now that's like rock to me, and I categorize things that, like I said, like subgenres of metal. So for me, Tool, not metal, but are they effing talented? I thought it was pretty hilarious what the singer James Keenan or whatever, Maynard Keenan. I always check that up. He literally dressed up in drag in Florida just to piss off old Don DeSantis down there. So that was pretty hilarious of them. But they'll always be awesome. Love those dudes. But Jeff Garcia, he came in. He and AJ Feely, man, they did some magical things. So got to give them nothing but love. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to get rolling. It is almost 2:55. That is the marker for me. But if you enjoyed this content, do me a favor, hit that like button. Come back tonight. You can ask all the questions. Sorry if you came just for the DeAndre Hopkins news. It always happens. But I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time. If you're watching this later, feel free to leave those comments down below. You have any questions, you can leave those down there as well. Thank you for subscribing. Everything you're doing to support the channel here. But I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. Got to go get the kid. Then I've got some lawn mowing to do. Let's go. Led Zeppelin is my favorite band of all time, but that is not heavy metal. That is old school rock. Like I said, that I'm back to listening to that lately, but that was my dad's favorite band, and that will always be my favorite band. For anybody who knows, Robert Plant, that's my guy. So look, you all have yourselves a fantastic Friday. I'll see you later tonight for Fan Friday. If you need me until then, you need somebody to talk to, just a friend, you got any questions, leave a comment, reach out, whatever it may be. Love to talk to you. But have a great Friday, everyone. And until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. This is sicko season. So thank you for tuning in. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me, chat. Go Birds!